Hello everyone. Welcome to one more solution of the definition. Read an email and check whether it contains the domain google.com or gmail.com. So in the earlier video I showed you how to use the caret method, which is a really long method. So in this one we are going to try and use the substr method, which is kind of very simplified method. So substr is a method in JavaScript string object which allows you to extract a substring from a given string. Here the given string would be the email which is entered by the user. Right, so the first thing we will try to do is we will try to extract the strings 1 and strings 2, um, and we will also need to know how many characters are there in the string. So let us first extract the length of the string. Now, why do we need the length of the string is because we do not know what will be the length of the email that is entered by the user. So first thing, I want to extract the first string from A. Now, I'm going to use the substr, that is how it is written. So what will be the starting position? Now, for example, if I have entered a string like Nehal at google.com, then what is the length of the string? And likewise, if I enter gmail.com, what is the length of the string? We don't know what is the length of the string. That is represented by the variable n. All right, so now how many characters do I want to extract? So I want to extract the n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3, n minus 4, n minus 5, n minus 6, n minus 7, n minus 8, n minus 9, n minus 10, n minus 11. So I want to extract the n minus from n minus 11th position. I want to extract 11 characters. This is an assumption that the domain may be google.com. Likewise, in S2, I will be extracting, so the total number of characters, this is 9 plus 1, 10. So from the n minus 10th position, I want to extract 10 characters. Okay, so now all I need to verify is if S1 is containing, so if S1 is containing the @ google.com or S2 is containing @gmail.com. Now, why do I need to include the @ is because there might be something between @ and the first character of Google or Gmail. We don't want that to happen. So I'm including @ in the string extraction. So if this is the case, then we would alert. You can go ahead and use the console log if you wish, or you can use a document write method. But this is a easier way to show the output to the user. Straight away shows a pop-up. So let me try and enter Nehal at google.com and it says correct domain. If I enter anything after it, obviously it's not going to work. So it says incorrect domain. If I enter anything between the @ and this thing google.com, it says incorrect domain. And if I enter anything before the @, oh, that is perfectly valid. Right, so this works fine. What about gmail.com? So this should also work fine. You can go ahead and try inputting all sorts of domains here, and with either of these two towards the end of the email, it will give you the output a correct domain. For all the other possibilities, it will give you incorrect domain. So I'll see you in the next one with a new solution to the same definition.